Hi there, I hope you're having a good day and welcome to the demonstration for DebateBot Aurelius, a project by Team Finacle AI to help people improve their Asian parliamentary debating skills. We will begin by configuring the Gemini API. First, we have instructions on how to get the Gemini API key from Google AI Studio. Next, we have a step-by-step instructions on getting the API key. We have also input a security warning so that people remember to delete their API key after use for security reasons. Once you have input your API key here, we then connect the API to get to the main page. This is the motion page where we select a debate motion from any one of these preset motions, or we can create our own custom motion. In case someone is completely new to the Asian parliamentary debate format, they can click on the Debate Guide button to get a brief overview of what Asian parliamentary debating is, the roles and structure, how to score maximum points, judging criteria, some tips and useful resources in case they want to learn more. Next, we will start by creating a custom motion such as this. Let us proceed with this custom motion. Next, we can choose our side, select our role, and then choose the opponent's skill level. I'll keep these as is and but put it in beginner for this demonstration, but you can explore all of these options on your own in the code. Let us start the debate. The first step is preparing your case, where you'll get your topic and the main arguments that you can put as the role and side that you're from. For us, the main arguments are these three. Let us explore one of them in detail. The UBI directly reduces poverty by providing a safety net for individuals and families below the poverty line. Then we get structured reasoning, evidence, and impact, as well as the strength this may have on the set parameters for adjudication. A guaranteed minimum income ensures basic needs are met, preventing individuals from falling into destitution. This directly addresses the root causes of poverty, such as lack of income and access to essential resources. Evidence from Finland and Canada show that UBI pilot programs led to significant reductions in poverty rates and improved mental health among participants. Data from these programs can be used to quantify the impact, which is important. Then the impact, such as it demonstrates the direct causal link between UBI and poverty reduction, a key component of our motion, and provides tangible evidence of UBI's effectiveness. Once we have studied the three main arguments that we can put forth, we can go to the potential rebuttals. Now, the opposition will put some rebuttals in front of us, so we need to be prepared. The AI case preparation will give us all the potential rebuttals that we can prepare for, such as there may be an argument that UBI is too expensive or it disincentivizes work. Let us explore the second one for now. We will counter this by highlighting that UBI programs often include stipulations that encourage work, such as phasing out benefits as income increases, and by citing evidence that shows UBI does not significantly reduce labor participation rates. Or if it is too expensive, we will counter it by presenting cost-benefit analysis showing that economic gains in, from re- reduced poverty, increased productivity, and decreased social welfare spending outweigh the initial costs. We will study these arguments and the counter arguments. and move on to the key evidence, such as data from the Finnish UBI experiment showing reduced poverty rates and improved mental health among participants, economic models demonstrating the impact of UBI on Gini coefficient and other measures of income equality, and studies showing the correlation between increased consumer spending, economic growth, and examples of entrepreneurs who started with limited resources. Once we have dug deeper on these evidence, we will get an overall strategy that our team can follow during the debate, such as focusing on establishing clear causal link between UBI and poverty education reduction, my apologies, and inequality reduction. Once we have overview of the strategy, got our evidence, potential rebuttals, and countered them, and our main arguments, we continue to the main debate. Since we are the Prime Minister, our speech will be the first one. So let us start our speech. Here, when we click on this button and go to settings, we can configure them according to our needs, such as I can put my speech range to be 1.0.5, 0.7. I'll keep it as is for now, or maybe reduce it a little, and then put any of the supported languages. For now, we support English in US, UK, and India, and select whether we want continuous recognition or not. I would recommend you to put this on. Then we click on Start Listening and begin our debate. Honorable Chair and members of the opposition, I rise today to support the motion that implementing a universal basic income will mitigate economic inequality, a crisis that continues to widen the gap between privileged and marginalized in every corner of the globe. The need is urgent. According to World Inequality Report 2022, the top 10% of global earners take home more than 52% of all income. Okay, wait. I believe, let me memorize the argument. While the bottom 50% earn just 8.5%, traditional welfare systems, while well-intentioned, often come with bureaucratic inefficiencies and stigmatization. UBI eliminates this by treating all citizens equally, and in doing so, lifts the floor for everyone. Now, due to timing restriction, oh no, I can't. Now, due to timing restrictions, I will type all of the remaining ones manually. So I have typed in the rest of my argument. As you can see, it was pretty long and there is a time limit, so I apologize. What I also wish to mention is that there are correction suggestions, so in case you misspoke, you can select what you spoke from the 2 or 3 options that may be present. Let us submit our speech and wait for the AI to argue back.
Honorable Chair, esteemed judges, and members of the government. My esteemed
Here
colleague.
we can pause the argument whenever we want. Let us go into voice settings and select a voice that we want and like to hear, such as, let's go for Susan,
Honorable Chair, esteemed judges, and
and
members of the government.
adjust it to be
Honorable
faster
Chair,
and
esteemed
with a
judges, and
lower pitch.
Honorable Chair, esteemed judges, and members of the government. My esteemed colleague, the Prime Minister, has presented a compelling, if ultimately flawed, case for the implementation of a universal basic income, UBI. While I commend their enthusiasm for addressing economic inequality, their definition of UBI, a guaranteed, regular, unconditional cash payment made to all individuals, neglects the crucial practical and economic consequences of such a sweeping policy. Their argument, while superficially attractive, fails to account for the significant drawbacks that outweigh the purported benefits. The Prime Minister asserted that UBI will mitigate economic inequality. This is a bold claim requiring substantial evidence, which, I contend, is lacking. While a UBI might provide a short-term safety net for some, the long-term effects remain highly uncertain. A recent study published in the Journal of Economic Perspectives suggests that a significant portion of UBI payments may be used for non-essential spending, thus failing to address the root causes of poverty and inequality. This undermines the core premise of the government's argument. Simply providing cash without addressing systemic issues such as lack of education, job training, and healthcare access is akin to treating a symptom without addressing the underlying disease. Furthermore, the Prime Minister's
As you can see, our bot will argue back vocally, but some people have a problem with text-to-speech in general. For them, there is a universal text-to-speech toggle that you can put on and off, and instead rely on the debate transcript for the debate, such as this is our transcript for here, and this will be the leader of opposition's transcript. We can also skip to the next speaker. As long as this remains off, you will not hear any speeches, and you can continue to read from the transcript, which as the Deputy Prime Minister has replied in our favor. I hope you read the transcript. Next, we will keep skipping to mitigate the time constraints. Once the debate is over, you can choose to copy the transcript, put it in wherever you want, and the entire transcript will be available. As you can see, speech 2, hello, leader of opposition. And you can also download the transcript right from here, open it up. This is, wait a minute, this is the transcript. And let us go forward and get the AI adjudication in the meanwhile. The entire transcript will be available to read in case you need to prepare later. And the adjudication has declared us the victory. The final rankings of the teams are we have won by 78.5 points, while the opposition has scored a 72.2. We happen to be the best speakers with 8.2 points, and the LOP with second best, with the least getting the government reply. Now, we will get a systematic and proper breakdown of every person's argument according to the set parameters, which are argument quality, logical coherence, rhetorical techniques, persuasiveness, response to opposition, structure and time management, delivery and presentation, and lastly, evidence credibility. Your argument is analyzed, the transcript is read, and then you are graded on the basis of that. You also get a short summary, such as it was a strong opening but needs to proactively address opposition arguments more effectively. We have anticipated some opposition arguments but didn't fully address them. And the leader of opposition was strong on financial concerns but needs a more developed alternative proposal and stronger engagement with government arguments. Once you have studied these scores as per your wish and you can check the transcript to verify them, you will see the clash analysis and scoring methodology. Each clash will be weighted on a scale of 10, where the topic of the clash is given, where opposition raises valid concerns about inflation, the government provides more compelling evidence supporting positive impacts. So we win by zero point 0.5 points. Then the opposition correctly points out the need to address root causes. The government's evidence of positive evidence ultimately makes us win with a 7.8 and 7.2 for the opposition. So we have won 2 arguments out of the 3, making us win the debate. The mathematical scoring algorithm is on clash identification, weight assignment, clash resolution, score calculation on the basis of this formula, and a bias prevention by putting it through multiple evaluation passes with different analytical frameworks. You get some performance insights such as key strengths that your team or some other member of this debate may have had, and growth opportunities such as both sides should focus on providing more specific data to support their claims. Next, we click on personalized feedback to get feedback that is directed to us and our team on how to improve. This feedback is on different parameters such as the argument quality and logical coherence. I encourage you to read it. Provide more specific data to support claims. The transcript mentions reports and studies but lacks precise figures and statistical evidence. We state that to reduce poverty, we need to cite specific percentage reductions observed in pilot programs instead of simply stating it, the programs. I'm really sorry I couldn't read them all out, but I really encourage you to read them because I am under a time constraint. So we have read it on rhetorical techniques and persuasiveness, response to opposition arguments, time management, structure, delivery and presentation, personal feedback. The summary is not available for the moment. The argument mapping, where both the team's arguments are mapped directly and summarized, such as the fallacy detection, where it's seen that our team occasionally commits to the appeal to authority fallacy by citing studies without providing detailed context or critically evaluating their methodologies. And the opposition's fallacy is that sometimes they engage in slippery slope arguments without discussing potential negative consequences. Then we see sentiment and engagement analysis, comparative clash analysis, role-adapted feedback, such as we should focus on setting the overall direction, provide a clear and compelling vision. We did this well, but could improve by anticipating counter-arguments. The rubric transparency. Next, we can choose to start a new debate or go to history. Here, we can access all of the debates that we have completed here. We can choose to download the transcript by clicking on this button, and then the transcript is available. We can review the full results all over again, by get direct results, personalized feedback, download the results if we want, and then delete the debate if we wish. So that is it for now, and I really hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I apologize I couldn't explain in more detail, but thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.